Running water never grows stale, so you gotta just keep on flowing. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Welcome to my channel. I'm Reactions, where every time you come on my channel, you will receive truth. Today I will be doing a reaction video pertaining to a 98-year-old woman sharing wisdom. So you already know what it is. Please sit back, relax your feet, and enjoy this reaction video. I got a banger for you guys today. You can't miss it. Let's dive into it.
My name is Evelyn Carter. I am 98 years old.
Wow.
I am from the United States. Born and raised in a small, quiet city called Springfield. If I could sit across from my 30-year-old self for just 5 minutes, I would not smile. I would not tell her everything will be fine. I would lean forward, look her straight in the eyes, and say, "You are wasting the most powerful years of your life, and you don't even know it. What I am about to tell you is not advice from books. It is paid for with years I can never get back. At 30, I believed love was enough. I believed if two people cared, everything else would work out on its own. That belief cost me many quiet years of pain. I stayed silent to keep peace. I avoided hard talks because I was scared of conflict. I told myself,
You see, love backed up by actions changes things. I also want to talk about effective communication because I heard her talking about her being afraid of conflict and not being able to communicate properly. You see, effective communication requires empathy. It also requires active listening, tailoring the messages to the person that you are dealing with when you are in a relationship with them, or the target audience in general when you're just communicating with someone, right? And it's also being able to adapt to any situational context.
this is what marriage is. Adjust. Be patient. What I did not understand then is this simple truth. Silence does not protect a marriage. It slowly kills it.
Facts.
I let small hurts slide. I ignored disrespect because it was not that bad. I waited for my partner to change without ever saying what I needed.
You see, I'm learning so much from her, and I actually agree with her 100%. You see, loving yourself is so important, and you have to love yourself enough to know when to pull out of a unhealthy relationship. If a person is not trying to change for the better, if you're constantly getting hurt, or if you're afraid to speak up for yourself, you should not be in a relationship. In my opinion, love is more of an action word, because I can tell myself that I love myself all day. But if I'm not putting in the proper steps to actually show myself that I love myself, and I'm going to give you an example. Taking care of my health, staying in alignment with God, right? If I'm not doing these things to actually better myself as a person, then how can I truly say that I love myself? And how can I sit up here and say that I can properly love someone else?
Years passed like that. By the time I spoke honestly, the distance was already too wide. Marriage is not about staying quiet. It is about staying connected. Also, do not marry someone hoping they will become different. People show you who they are early. Believe them. Love without respect will drain you. Love without communication will confuse you. And love without effort will fade quietly.
Closed mouths don't get fed, and especially when you are in a relationship. Respect is a part of love. Communication is a part of love. And before you even jump into a relationship, you should make sure that you are constantly trying to change for the better.
Do not stay just because you are afraid to start over. Time will not reward waiting. It will only make leaving harder. Please learn this sooner than I did. At 30, I believed my body was strong forever. I could wake up tired and still push through the day. I could eat badly, sleep less, and laugh it off. I told myself, I'll take care of my health later.
So I 100% agree with her. When you have truly fell in love with someone and you also have time invested, right? The more and more time goes on, the harder it is for that person to leave. And I also agree with her when it comes to health. You see, I started to treat my life like there is no later when it comes to my health. All at the end of the day, you have a family or you become highly successful. You do not want to invest that money that you made back into your health because you didn't do what you needed to do early on in your life. You need to be here for your family as long as you can.
Later never comes the way you expect. Small pains started quietly. A stiff back in the morning. Headaches I ignored. Tiredness that never fully went away. I told myself it was normal. I was busy. Everyone felt this way. Years passed. One day, the doctor used words I was not ready to hear. Chronic, permanent, manage, not cure. That was when I understood something very painful. Your body forgives you when you are young. It remembers everything when you are old.
I cannot stress this enough. It is very, very, very important for you to take care of your health. And I'm so glad that she is able to tell it from her perspective. And although, unfortunately, she suffered from chronic pain, she still lived to be 98 years old. So that means that she did something right. But let's dive back into the video.
I thought being strong meant never resting. I thought asking for rest was weakness. It wasn't. Health is not something you fix later in life. It is something you protect every single day.
Facts.
When health goes, freedom goes with it. And freedom is what makes life feel alive. My ego spoke louder than my heart. I argued even when I knew I was wrong. I stayed quiet when an apology would have healed things.
Yo, her wisdom is unmatched. And you know what? I can also relate to that, and I also think that this world would be a better place if everybody learns how to balance their ego. But this actually leads to my very first talking point. So let's get to it. Okay, so I really want to share with you guys what I've been learning on my own personal journey when it comes to ego, humility, and human nature. So in Sigmund Freud's models, the id pursues instinctual desires, the superego enforces moral standards, and the ego mediates between them according to reality. A strong ego balances impulses and ideals, guiding behavior with wisdom and adaptability, reflecting biblical guidance to exercise self-control and humility. James chapter 1 verse 19, Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18. A weak ego struggles to regulate these forces, often leading to unhealthy pride, where arrogance or inflated self-importance conceals insecurities and moral conflict, echoing warning against pride in scripture such as Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. But let's dive back into the video.
I thought saying sorry would make me smaller. It didn't. Refusing to say it did. Over time, small misunderstandings turned into distance. People didn't leave my life in anger. They drifted away slowly. And by the time I noticed, it felt too late to fix. I learned this much later. Ego does not protect you. It isolates you. If I could talk to my younger self, I would tell her to listen more than she speaks.
I 100% agree with her. Setting aside your pride, having a healthy ego, and being able to forgive shows a certain level of maturity. It also helps create unbroken relationships in the future.
To choose peace over pride, even when it feels uncomfortable. Money was another place where ego fooled me. I spent to look settled. I bought things to feel important. I compared my life to others and tried to keep up.
Wow, I just love the fact that she has so much wisdom. One thing that really stuck out to me the most is when she said that she used to compare her life to other people's life. And that spoke volumes to me, because you don't know where a person came from. You don't know what they've been through, and you didn't know what they had to go through to actually obtain what they have in life.
Pride will tell you everything is fine. Wisdom will tell you to prepare. I learned that lesson late. Time does not announce itself when it leaves. It slips away quietly while you are busy planning. If I could talk to my 30-year-old self, I would beg her to slow down, to sit longer at the table, to listen without checking the clock, to rest without guilt. I would tell her not to delay love, not to postpone kindness, not to wait to live. You don't lose life in one big moment. You lose it in small delays.
She spoke a lot of wisdom in this video, and I really learned a lot from her, which actually leads to my very last final talking point before I let you guys go today. Let's dive into it. What I know now, I wish I'd known then. I learned the importance of planning ahead, because time is not unlimited and life offers no rewind button. While I have the opportunity to prepare and act wisely, I must take full advantage of it. Pride only stunts growth, as Proverbs chapter 29 verse 23 says. Pride brings a person low, but the lowly in spirit gains honor. A healthy ego requires humility, not arrogance. You see, effective communication and receptiveness, especially in marriages, prevent misunderstandings, silence frustration, and emotional withdrawals. When we communicate well, relationships are strengthened and given room to grow. Thank you for visiting my channel, Omni Reactions. Hopefully you guys learned something new today. Till next time, y'all, you already know what it is. Deuces.